Good morning, everyone, while I reposition my camera. Happy hump day to you. I hope you rested well last night, still practicing your self care through this season, through this time. We are anchoring ourselves, grounding ourselves, preparing for a new year. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but I have my Christmas jazz playing in the background. I'm in a fantastic mood. I love jazz. I love music, period. It is very therapeutic for me. So, those of you that are really in tune with music, you can certainly use it as therapy because I do daily. Okay, so let's talk about unconditional love and the role of your divine feminine attributes. If any of you are YouTubers, I'm sure you've seen videos regarding divine masculine, divine feminine. I'm going to highlight some of the things regarding the divine feminine and how the attributes or the divine feminine attributes of unconditional love helps you in healing and in helps you to assist others in healing. There is nothing more powerful than love. And when you're standing fully in that power, fully in unconditional love, it encompasses forgiveness, okay? It encompasses empowerment. All right. It encompasses the ambitious part of the divine feminine. All right. And when I say divine feminine, divine masculine, I'm talking about traits. All right. So everyone has both sets of these traits. All right. Whenever you see a woman, and this is where we get stereotypes from and roles from, because whenever we see a woman, we think of certain things like love, that compassion, nurturing. That's a divine feminine trait. When we think of masculine, we think of the go getter, provider. That those are the things that we attach, the roles that we attach to the divine feminine and divine masculine, and those are just examples. But what you have to understand is because we have both sets of those traits, divine feminine, divine masculine traits, you can bring to light more feminine or bring to light more masculine, dependent upon where you are in your healing process. Okay, so one thing that you can do to really bring to light that nurturing and that unconditional love within yourself is healing. Okay, when you are on a self-love journey, it rolls you right on into unconditional love, because what self-love does is it teaches you to love yourself as you are. It teaches you 100% acceptance. It teaches you that it is okay to make a mistake. It's okay to make a bad decision. It's okay to do something wrong. The love of the divine, the love of the Holy Spirit is going to remain. Okay? So when I'm talking about that unconditional love, that attribute, of the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit is divine. Okay, I call it the Holy Spirit. You may call it something different, but that is what I call it. Okay, so when you look at that, and when you look at everything that encompasses it, how the Holy Spirit comforts and nurtures and shows compassion toward us. If we take those same attributes and really begin to become aware of them within ourselves, they become more prominent. And when they become more prominent, okay, after they become more prominent within us and we are more aware, we can begin to share them with others. Unconditional love makes forgiveness so easy. It does. It makes moving on easy. Many people are stuck for two reasons, I do believe. The first reason is self-love, because when you remain stuck, whether it be relationships or any sort of grief, any sort of traumas, any sort of brokenness, there's a reason the barrier's there. What first has to happen is you have to begin to return divine love, okay? That attribute of the divine feminine, the attribute of the Holy Spirit back to yourself. When you do that, that love will begin to heal those areas and bring you back to who you were originally. I say this a lot on my videos. You shed the flesh suit, you are a spirit being, perfect, whole, not lacking anything. Unconditional love takes you back to that space. This human suit or our flesh suit, it is not immortal. Okay, it ages. You can get sick. This is all in the flesh body. Okay, but your spirit being is immune to all of that. It is not affected by sickness in your physical body unless you allow your mental body to take over. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. I'm trying to stick to the topic here of unconditional love. All right. So when you began to move into unconditional love, the divine feminine, that strong divine feminine attribute, it will not only help you heal you, but it will help you bring healing to others. There are so many people that have been devastated by life, devastated by betrayals. They're devastated, okay? They're devastated. A good example of an attribute of unconditional love, and some may or may not agree, but after couples experience infidelity and betrayal, and people from the outside looking in like, what? Why didn't she leave him? Why did he leave her? And if you talk to some of these couples, not all of them, but some of them, they will bring out the fact that we have unconditional love. So when there's unconditional love, there is forgiveness. And couples can survive infidelity. All of them don't, but many of them do. Okay? And it's up to that particular couple to move into that area. Doesn't mean they don't have unconditional love if they don't stay together. No, that's not what that means. Just means they made a decision to part ways. Okay? But there are some that make a decision to let their unconditional love be their foundation. And it helps with the healing. When a person betrays you, if they are truly in love with you, they are devastated at heart. And they want your forgiveness. They want you to forgive them. Even if they've hurt you to the core, they want you to forgive them. That's a part of the guilt that they carry. So when you forgive them, you release them to be themselves. Now, if they don't change, you don't have to keep them in your life. But if you see them actively moving toward it, okay, and I can't make a decision for you. Well, most of us, when we see people actively moving toward change, we will give them an opportunity after we've enacted some healthy boundaries. So if you want to talk more about unconditional love, the divine feminine attribute, the nurturing and compassion, and how to really tap into that, you can book an enlightenment session with me. The link is in the description box. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Toodles.